What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Toro. I've been contemplating whether or not to make this video since the eShop has been extra strange and random lately. With Nintendo's standards on what to allow in their eShop, it might be a tiny bit harder than I thought to defend Nintendo's decisions towards the Nintendo Switch for these past 4 months, but I'll still give it a shot. Nintendo has gone under the microscope for these past 4 months, with people reporting on rumors, possible future games, delays, and expectations overall. But despite all of these impatient reports that websites and channels are dishing out, there is one notable fact about Nintendo so far. Out of any company or platform, Nintendo has impressed me in more ways with less time. When systems like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released, sure, the games and new exciting interfaces were amazing the first time I got the systems. There was one thing PS4 and Xbox One didn't get right from the first few months to a year of their release. It was their exclusives. Opposed to that, Nintendo Switch in its first year has given us outstanding exclusives. But not only that, near masterpieces, and on a so-called underpowered platform. This fact alone made me give the Switch a lot of credit. Those first exclusives resemble the experiences I had with the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox for the first time. These exclusives were not only reasons to buy the system, but they kind of made gaming history. With all that said, Nintendo is dishing out exclusives seemingly faster than other platforms. They make exclusives their primary focus. While PS4 Spider-Man has been in development for a ridiculous amount of time, the amount of great exclusives for the Switch in the first year alone has been more numerous than most platforms in their first year, and Nintendo is obviously hard at work with even more exclusives that are slated for this year, and big ones at that. With all of this talk about third parties, rumors, and strange ports, it's clear some outlets are getting a little impatient, but given how much we've gotten so far, it's understandable the amount of time that Nintendo is taking to release their next batch of big exclusives. These things take time, especially when they're exceptional, and Labo's coming out around the same time that this video is going to drop, and some like it, some don't. To me, Labo seems like a creative way for Nintendo to connect to the kid gamer majority. Nintendo seems to be reorganizing their focuses with a Labo, and instead of milking the situation like any company would do, it seems like they're trying to be as creative as possible. That alone continues to show that the platform is in capable hands. They put care and thought into everything they do, and not just in it to make the best looking or most revolutionary games. With this platform, they're not exactly trying to push the envelope, but in contrast, only succeeding to make it easier and personal to the platform and the players. With all that in mind, Nintendo deserves some time this year. Even though some eShop games were weird for sure, it's quite obvious they're working hard to give us similar or even better experiences than last year. I can confidently say that Nintendo is definitely back. Sometimes their decisions and standards are questionable, but overall Nintendo's heart is in the right place. So many times during the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U's life, I thought if only other consoles would do this. And I'm not talking about the motion controls, but their exclusives. When it comes down to it, their exclusives is what makes Nintendo so special. And in this case, it's why their momentum is slowing. If that is the case, and it is most likely, I have no problem if they're taking their time. And yes, Dark Souls is being delayed, but it seems to have something to do with Nintendo's overall vision for this year. At the end of the day, Nintendo is the top and OG gaming company for a reason. They know what they're doing. There's also so many fun indie games coming out, like Cluster Truck. Till this day, I'm having a genuinely great time with the Nintendo Switch. And what do you guys think about the Switch this year, including all the indie and AAA titles so far? Also, what are your predictions for E3? Because I just might be making a video on it soon. And thanks for helping the channel get up to 2,000 subscribers in just over 6 months. I really appreciate the support, the positivity, and the conversations. Out of anything, what I wanted to do with this channel was to make one big conversation and a community. Thanks for helping me keep everything interesting. In the end, that's all I want for this channel, just a very interesting collection of videos that I enjoy and want to make. Thanks again, guys.